Alright folks, it's getting to be that time of year again, and it's time for us to start our pepper seeds. We love to grow a lot of different varieties of peppers, and we've got a very specific way that we start our pepper seeds. The Angela Kay does an amazing job taking care of them, and this is just, we're going to go through our process here of how we plant our pepper seeds and how we start them, and we're going to go and show you what varieties we're going to be planting this year as well. I do want to tell you that it's very important to start off by labeling all your cups. Now, don't suggest necessarily writing on the outside, or you could use tape, I guess, and write on the outside. Sometimes that may tend to wear off a little bit in the process. Angela Kay uses these plant tags, these plant markers, and writes down what they're going to be, and then kind of just bands it to the outside. And once the plant grows up a little bit, once it's germinated, she'll put this down inside. But this is just to start with. We use these cheap plastic, cups. It could be solo cup. These are just store brand cups. Knock a couple holes in the bottom with a nail to allow for drainage. Okay, and we use a good potting mix. Okay, not a seed starting mix. A seed starting mix is too light for us. We don't personally like that. Those should be used in little plugs. We don't do plugs. We just simplify the whole process. We don't want to keep up potting over and over and over again. So we're going to plant the seeds inside the cups. They're going to stay in until they're ready to go outside into the ground. So once again, label your cups first. That way you know what seed you're putting in there, and you know what's germinating in there as well. That helps you keep track to make sure that you know what cups you've put what in. And instead of trying to go back and label afterwards and try to remember where you put them, just go ahead and do it first. Make sure that you know what you're looking at. And now we use that potting mix. Again, a good light potting mix. The same potting mixes that you might use in a green stalk or in a container gardening, because you should use potting mix in that stuff, that you can use right here. And we go ahead and pre-moisten the dirt. We'll put it in like a Tractor Supply bucket or whatever kind of bucket you got, and moisten the dirt up real good. It allows the dirt to be moist when you put the seeds in, but also if the dirt isn't moist, if it's just dry when you put your seeds in, they might possibly wash down a little bit further than what you want them to when you start watering the seeds. And we also just put all the cups inside of these seed starting trays. These trays we got from Bootstrap Farmer. Bootstrap Farmer's got the strongest trays you're going to get. They'll be usable for years. They're not flimsy. They can withstand a lot of weathering and a lot of years of use. So again, we just put all of our cups in there before we're ready to get going. Now, our varieties we're growing this year, we're growing a lot of different ones than what we've grown before. Bought a lot of them from Hoss Tools. If you've seen our Hoss Tools seed haul video, you've already seen these. But like, got these little Sweet Delight pepper mix. So it's gonna be a red, yellow, orange, the little sweet snacking peppers that you can buy in containers in the store. This is kind of what you're looking at here. Okay. A red Marconi, a good sweet red Italian frying pepper. Looking forward to growing this one a lot. The Emerald Giant Bell should be big, massive green bell peppers and a good producer. We're looking forward to those. Now, okay, hybrids, Maximum Red Bell Hybrid from Hoss, Hossinator Orange Hybrid Bell, and then also Hossinator Yellow Hybrid Bell. This is one we grew last year for the first time. It's called Yalova Yaglik. It's a Turkish variety, sweet pepper. It's also got like a sweet, smoky taste. Really good. We're gonna plant a couple of those. Now, honestly, what we do here is we take a couple of seeds, and pepper seeds are easier. We do the tomatoes the same way. Peppers are a little easier because the seeds are a little bigger, so they're a little easier to deal with in this method. And you see, make sure you got the right thing. Delight. Okay, so it's the little sweet peppers, little snackers. We just take the dirt, move it around a little bit. We're gonna put 2 in each cup, just in case one doesn't germinate. Now, a lot of these are hybrids that we got from Hoss, so like they should germinate pretty well. But just in case they don't germinate, one of them doesn't germinate, or sometimes when they germinate, they just don't grow for whatever reason. And so we'll put them in there, and just a little space, just like that. Not very difficult at all. Covered over with the soil. Move along, keep going. All right. Now I'm going to spare you the process of watching me do 36 of these. Okay. But that's the simple thing that we're going to do, is just keep track of which ones you're looking at and what you've done. Maybe even like don't cover over the seeds until you know you've done a whole variety or a whole tray or something like that. That way you know that you've seen seeds inside of every single cup, right? Because I will lose track, and I either won't plant a cup or I'll plant 4 seeds in a cup. So anyways, but we'll plant 2 in each cup in case it has a germination issue or a growing issue. And if they both grow well, sometimes we'll transplant them and we'll have extra peppers we can give away to people, or maybe just plant extra peppers. You never know. All right, real quick, we do want to tell you there's a St. Patrick's Day sale at greenstalk.com, greenstalkgarden.com, okay? Everything green's on sale, March 13th through the 18th. All right, St. Patrick's Day, Greenstalk, got it? So if you need something from Greenstalk that's green, go check them out and use our code ART10, ART10, and the link in the description to get an extra $10 off your purchase of $75 or more. Now that all these are planted and lightly covered over, you need to go through and wet them down, okay? Now, wet them down gently, okay? They need plenty of moisture there because they're going to need the moisture and humidity that they're going to get to help the seeds germinate. The seeds have to rehydrate essentially to germinate, so you need the moisture. You're going to need some humidity, but you don't get humidity without the moisture, so you got to get some moisture on them. I suggest a spray bottle, okay? The Zep spray bottles you can get at Tractor Supply, or maybe probably Amazon, anywhere. They're the best spray bottles you can get, honestly. So you get either a spray bottle, or we're going to use, since we can't find a good spray bottle today, we're going to use the mister, or the mist setting on our water hose. But just take it easy and don't water them down too hard, because if you water them down too hard, too aggressively, you run the risk of washing your seeds down too far into the soil, and they won't germinate at all then because they'll be too far down. All right. And now that they're all nice and soaked down, cover them like you would your leftover casserole in the fridge, okay? It's no big deal. Use some plastic wrap and just simply go right over top of them, okay? Plastic wrap straight over top, okay? Seal it down real good. Maybe if you have to do one on each side, whatever. But it's really stinking simple. A lot of people are going to have these domes, right? The little plastic domes you can buy that cost you 20 bucks or more. I don't know how much they cost anymore because we don't buy them. We haven't looked for them. We've never used one. You don't need it. All that is there for is to keep moisture inside and let humidity build. Okay, so all you got to do is just build humidity in the top of your cups. So in order to do that, you just got to lock them down, right? So that when there's warmth coming up into the cup, the moisture that's inside there gets warm, creates humidity, and that's what you need to germinate the seeds. All right, so you don't need the dome. Your plastic wrap that you got in your drawer there in your kitchen does just fine. And that way you're not wasting money on a dome and something else to keep track of that you're only going to use for a couple weeks out of the year. Much better this way. Another thing it helps you do though is once the seeds start germinating, you don't need the humidity over them anymore. You don't need the dome over top of your seeds that are germinating, and you don't need your plastic wrap over top of the seeds that are germinating. So once they start germinating, you can start peeling back the plastic wrap off of those cups while leaving the other cups on. While leaving the plastic on the other cups that have not germinated yet. Okay, so once we do that, we're gonna cover them up. We're gonna take them, put them on our seedling heat mats. Okay, if you don't have a seedling heat mat, it's okay. Just take them, get them in a warm spot. Again, a warm windowsill, it gets a lot of sun. They gotta stay warm though, okay, because they need the warmth to get humidity and to germinate. Okay, so they do need to be warm, but if you don't have a seedling heat mat, it's okay, right? You gotta make sure they're in the sun somewhere or whatever. Like my mom uses a windowsill in her house, just right in front of the front window. We could here too, because we face south. It gets really stinking hot, so we could put them right in the window and they germinate. But we've got little heat mats on a shelf in there that we take and we put them on, and we can grow lights that once they start germinating. But no matter what, just take care of them, simplify it. And now peppers could take 10 days to 21 days even, okay? Typically around the 2-week mark for peppers to germinate. They take a little bit longer, they need a little bit more heat, a little bit more patience, a little more moisture maybe, okay? So once you get them in there, if you feel like they need a little extra moisture in a couple of days, peel back the plastic, spray them down with a little bit of water, whatever you need to do, just gently water them again, just make sure they stay moist and warm, and you should have some pepper seeds germinated here in just a couple of weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.